Hello and welcome to the channel. On today's video we are exploring a place famous in Scottish history, Linlithgow Palace. Now, this is where Mary Queen of Scots was born. Over my shoulder we also have St Michael's Church as well. Gonna have a good wee day out, we'll talk about the history along the way. Linlithgow Palace is located in the town of Linlithgow, West Lothian, Scotland. The palace was one of the principal residences of the monarchs of Scotland during the 15th and 16th centuries. A royal manor has existed on this site from the 12th century, as this was an ideal military base for securing the supply routes between Edinburgh and Stirling castles. In 1424, a great fire destroyed most of the village of Linlithgow. King James I of Scotland started the rebuilding of the palace as a grand residence for the Scottish royalty. In 1503, the palace was given to Margaret Tudor, bride of James IV. Using the strategic Blackness Castle 3 miles away, structural materials were able to be transported to the palace for renovations. James V added the gateway and elaborate courtyard fountain. Linlithgow Palace will soon become famous as the birthplace of James V's daughter, Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary, Queen of Scots, was only 6 days old when her father died and she inherited the throne. Born in the palace, she lived here for a period of time before moving to Stirling Castle as it was deemed much safer. Mary would visit the palace from time to time. Mary Queen of Scots provides a divided opinion between the Catholics and Protestants of the time. On the Scottish throne at the time of the Reformation, Mary would be the only person to partake legally in Catholic services and did not attempt to reimpose Catholicism on her subjects, thus angering the chief Catholic nobles. Mary was implicated in the plots to assassinate Queen Elizabeth, and in 1587 she was executed for high treason. Her son James VI would later become James I, uniting the crowns of England and Scotland. The daughter of King James I, Princess Elizabeth, lived in the palace, and King James rebuilt part of it between 1618 and 1622. Long neglected, the palace today is managed and maintained by Historic Environment Scotland. You can visit the palace for £11. However, we decided to just explore the grounds for free. As you can see today, there's a lot of scaffolding and renovation works. Although this is necessary, it does take away from the charm. Situated right next to the palace is St Michael's Church. The church is one of the largest birth churches in the Church of Scotland. A church has stood here since the 12th century, with the present building dating from the 15th century. The church was a much favoured place of worship by Scottish kings and queens over the years. Mary Queen of Scots was baptised here shortly after her birth in 1542. The Reformation would see the church change from Catholic rule to Protestant, reordering the church and removing many Catholic statues. The church today is still in use in the Church of Scotland congregation, and its unique spire can be seen for miles. This church is simply stunning. The palace and church lie on Linlithgow Loch. The loch is 1.3 kilometres in length and 0.4 kilometres in breadth. The loch was once famed for its brown trout, but today it comes mostly for its stocked rainbow trout. Leaving the palace, we headed into the town. The museum is free and displays many artefacts from this historic place. As we came just for the palace, it was nice to just go a walk about and take in all the other sights of the town. Well, that was an interesting one today. Went to a piece of Scottish history, Linlithgow Palace. Really nice. We didn't go in because it was £11 entry. I know we're a couple of cheapskates, but we still managed to go around and explore the grounds. Went and saw St Michael's Church, which was really nice, especially with the golden spire. Then we had a wee walk around Linlithgow. I've never been to Linlithgow before, so it was quite good to enjoy. Now we're just going to sit, chill, have a nice wee coffee. Cheers.